reconnect.
How are y'all doing? It is so good to be back with you tonight. November 1st. Wow. The month of Thanksgiving. I never think of Thanksgiving as just a day. To be November is a month to express an attitude of gratitude. So, one of the things that I used to do when I was a counselor, can y'all believe that once upon a time I was a therapist and a counselor? One of the first things I would do for people that would come in and be distraught is we would start a gratitude journal. And every morning I'd have them write at least 3 things that they were thankful for every evening, at least 3 things. And you know what, Chip? So many things would change in people's life just by being grateful. And so I encourage you, stop counting your troubles and start counting your blessings. Hey, we might should write that. We are so glad to have several writers with us tonight. But I have to say, and don't shoot me, but mine and Donnie's favorite person to write with on this planet is this cute little guy right here, Mr. Chip Davis. Oh, Donnie's going, nah. Chip Davis has written some great country hits and gospel hits. But more than that, he is like a brother to us. He's like our little kid brother. And we talked him into coming and singing some songs with us tonight. I want you to be praying. What day is your knee replacement going to be?
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. Chip is having his 2nd knee replacement, and this one's going to take, and it's going to be great, and we're all going to agree with that. Amen? Let's sing this song that we wrote together. Talk a little bit about it, Chip.
Better get it?
Yeah.
Well, it was my first time right with Brother Gaither, so that was different, interesting.
You got the 4 of us in a room,
yes.
You and me and Donnie and Bill Gaither, and it was insane.
He had this title, and we just kind of took off, and they got it.
Better together.
call that chord that we go to on the ending there? Whatever it is, I really like it. It's awesome.
You need to know the name.
Yeah, I know. You can tell who is the lyricist and who are the musicians around here. But isn't that fun? We are better together. Hey, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to share what's going on right now. Tell somebody, call your grandma, call somebody, share it, and let them know that we're doing a little singing tonight, and it's always fun when Rambo-McGuire Davis gets together. What are we going to sing, baby boy?
We're going to do Love is the Golden Rule, but we're going to use a track for it.
Oh, we're going to do a track. Let's hope Nora doesn't bark through it all. This is a song that I love it, and we actually have a great video that Dan helped us put together that's on YouTube.
Yes, he did a great job.
He did a fantastic job gathering the pictures and putting all that together.
It still makes me...
Oh, I'm telling you, it gets to me every time I watch it. Don't go right now because you're watching us. But when all this is over, go to YouTube and check out Love is the Golden Rule.
Share away.
Yeah, share away. You ready, baby boy?
Here it comes.
Okay.
Babies are crying, people are dying. Violence is the law of the land. The world's in a shake-up. It's time we wake up and answer to a higher command. Fighting and fussing, screaming and cussing, never solved a single thing. Come, let us reason, let's start believing. It's time for us to make a change. Oh, we must find a way to love one another and stop the hate that breaks us in two. We must learn to live together as brothers, or we will perish together as fools. Oh,
that's her amen voice, y'all. We've only had one mean person say something about the dog being in church, but you know what? I guarantee when Jesus was up on the hillside, you know, in Matthew 5 is where he's doing the Sermon on the Mount. I guarantee there were some critters laying around and barking and babies and youngins.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Because I like some dogs more than I do people.
And don't tell it all, Chip. But you know, it really is true. You know, what is Mark Lowry's joke? If you lock your wife in the trunk of your car and come back an hour later, and if you lock your dog
and your wife
in the trunk of the car an hour later, and you open up your trunk,
happy to see you?
Yeah, who's happy to see you? The dog is more forgiving.
He says all dogs go to heaven, right?
Yeah, all dogs go to heaven. We are so happy to be with you tonight, and we're just kind of, you know, we love to sing. This is a singing house. So many people that come to visit us and stay, I've had them say, you know, we'll have one at the piano writing a song at the piano in the living room, or one, you know, it's just, this is the way that we are in this house called The River. But there's a song that Chip and I wrote with Marcia Henry, and I don't know if you remember, Chip, but the day you came in, it was our first time to write together.
I was late.
You were late, and we'd known each other for years, but we'd never written together. And you came in and you were mad.
I was. How many people here have read any of John Pavlitz's blogs?
Yeah.
They're just incredible. He had written this piece, and it was why the church was becoming relevant and people were leaving. And it was like 7 or 8 different things. And one of them, he said, we invite everyone to a come as you are party. And when we get them there, we try to change them. And that's what I was trying to write. And Rita's like, well, I'm not sure that wouldn't be judgmental and a little harsh to put it that way. She said, what about if when we say come as you are, we mean it?
Yeah. Because, you know, Chip, what I love, there is that element of the church. Yeah, there are those that, you know, it's their way or the highway, and they think grace is good enough to get you saved, but then it's works that keeps you saved. They don't understand the finished work of the cross. And I remember you had an idea of, why won't they let me in, kind of deal.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad you talked us out of it.
But I'm glad, you know, but whenever you really see the heart of Jesus, it's not that that's not truth. The truth is some of the people in the church, you know, there's some, Jesus loves the church. Christ died for the church and for the world. So the church that's a huge subject. And you know, it's always the stinky ones that get the attention. You know, that squeaky wheel that needs some oil. But we were talking, and I said, you know what? I have seen, even in the past 2 or 3 years, I have seen people that are rising up and really acting like Jesus. I've seen the church, you know, and sometimes he looks a little different than I thought he would. You know, Jesus shows up in tattoos, and that's okay. If you got a problem with that, you know, talk to him, because the Bible says that he inscribes our name on the palm of his hand. Anyway, we won't go there. But there is a Jesus with skin on that really says, we love you, we want you just like you are. We want you. It's not we tolerate you, it's we want you here. And then if Jesus wants to change something, shundo, let him change it. I can't change. I'm doing good to deal with Reba Faye.
I was going to say, it's hard to change ourselves.
Oh, yeah. But can you sing a little bit of this song that we ended up writing out like that?
When we say come as you are, we mean it. Open hands, open hearts, believe it. Whosoever will can drink until we're filled. Let down your guard. Come say come as you are, we mean it. Open hands, open hearts, believe it. Whosoever will can drink until we're filled. Just let down your guard. Come as you are. We've all been broken and betrayed and left out in the rain, choosing sides and spreading lies like children playing games. We've had enough. When we say come as you are, we mean it. Open hands, open hearts, believe it. Whosoever will can drink until we're filled. So let down your guard. Come as you are. 'Cause we've all been the prodigal and made our bed in hell until we felt the arms of grace that saved us from ourselves. Forgiven much, now loving much. When we say come as you are, we mean it. Open hands, open hearts, believe it. Whosoever will can drink until we're filled. Just let down your guard and come as you are. 'Cause you're a part of me. You're a part of me. We are family. We are family. Hear it loudly. You are wanted here. Come as you are, we mean it. Open hands, open hearts, believe it. Whosoever will can drink until we're filled. So let down your guard and come as you are. Just let down your guard and come as you are.
You know, when Chip was singing that, it took me back to the early 80s, and you and I were sitting on a beach in Oxnard, California. And we had been there doing some writing, and we were kind of in the place Chip was when he came in that room, because we had been the product of abuse by the church. I mean,
You've been stabbed in the back.
we'd been stabbed in the back.
There's nothing worse even than that.
And when you sense that kind of betrayal from a family that's supposed to love you, and we had just heard of the latest Reba record burning party, and because for whatever reason our first marriage just didn't work out, and we were we were now married and trying to make a go. But I'm telling you, in the early 80s, to be divorced and be trying to write Christian music was it was a real challenge. And I remember we were out on the beach and we started talking about this idea, and much of it was directed at, why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? And somewhere in the midst of that moment, sitting out there working with a little boom box, listening to this melody that we had come up with, we wrote this song. See all the wounded, hear all their desperate cries for help, pleading for shelter and for peace. Our comrades are suffering. Come, let us meet them at their needs. Don't let a wounded soldier die. Come, let us pour the oil. Come, let us bind the hurts. Let's cover them with a blanket of His love.
Come, let us break the bread.
Come, let us break the bread. Come, let us give them rest. Let's minister healing to them. Don't let another wounded soldier die. Obeying their orders, they fought on the front lines for our King, capturing the enemy's stronghold. Then weakened from battle, Satan crept in to kill their life. Don't let a blanket of his love. Let's cover them with the blanket of his love. Come, let us break the bread. Come, let us break the bread. Come, let us give them rest. Come, let us give them rest. Let's minister healing to them. Let's minister healing. Sing that again. Let's minister healing. Let's minister healing to them. Sing it again. Let's minister healing to them. Don't let another. Don't let another wounded soldier die.
You know, we were so wounded. You know, sometimes you have to write your way out of the valley. Sometimes you have to sing your way through the storm, across the mountain. And so many in this room that are writers have learned sometimes if we'll just put a pen to it, if we'll articulate the emotion, somehow in the writing of it, you get better, you get more healed. Jesus said, you know, if you minister to others, you're healed. What a deal. I mean, what a kingdom. I'll never forget, we literally had written that at Oxnard at the beach, and we were driving back home to Southern Cal, and I said, you know, Donnie, I can just hear Debbie Boone singing that song. And he said, well, honey, I think her project's finished. So he called Debbie's husband. He said, oh yeah, we have put that baby away. We have mixed it. It is over.
Mark said that.
Yeah, and the song before this, Come As You Are, Mark Lowry had said the same thing. But you know, when God is determined to get a message out, don't be discouraged. Sometimes when it looks like it's over, it ain't over. But it just so happened. You know how God works. We were doing some backup for Debbie. There were a couple little things she wanted done, so we went in to be the backup singers because we love Debbie Boone. And Donnie said, I know you're done. I know you're finished with this project, but can we just sing what we wrote yesterday? I'll never forget it. She was huge pregnant with her twins. I mean, she was huge pregnant. She was standing there and she had her arms up on her belly. And we started singing, Come Let Us Pour the Oil, Come Let Us Bind the Hurt. And I mean, it wasn't a pretty cry. It was one of those snotty, ugly cries. And she started crying and she looked at her husband and said, Gabe, I have to do it. We have to do this song. And then she said, Donnie, can you do the track tomorrow? And I think it was either that day or tomorrow or the next day. We did the track. She did her vocal. We mixed it all in a day. And literally that song has gone around the world in our musical, The Bride, but nobody sings it like Debbie Boone. I'm telling you what, I heard her singing it in a dream. I mean, I could just dream her singing it. And you know, sometimes God put those little things in your heart like that. When we did Come As You Are, you said, I can just hear Mark Lowry singing this. And you sent it to him, I think in a text or something. And we were privileged to watch Mark Lowry do the recording of Come As You Are. He cried the whole time.
I've known Mark for 18 years. I've never.
Yeah, well, I've known him since he was 11, and I have never seen Mark cry like that. But he said, "This is the gospel. This is the message that
it was
we
so
can."
genuine. He was in the vocal booth and it just fell apart. I mean, we're all crying.
Oh, I'm telling you what, because we're all criers. I mean, that's one thing I love about you and Donnie. You both are criers. Are we gonna sing something else, baby boy? Why don't I pray? You know, and I just want to say to some of you in this room, some of you who are watching, you may be the wounded soldier. You may have had the church stab you in the back. Or maybe they weren't there the way you thought they should be. Maybe you've just been disappointed by so-called Christians. And can I tell you, can I just stand here in just this moment, and can you put my face on the face of that person that hurt you? And can you hear me say, I'm so sorry? I'm so sorry we weren't sensitive to your needs. I'm so sorry. We gossiped, we talked, we judged, we criticized. I am so sorry. But I want to tell you something. Jesus never does that. Jesus never condemns. He never puts you down. He never says, boy, girl, that's it. I'm done with you. No, Jesus is standing with arms open wide. But I am so sorry that the church, the so-called church, has hurt you. But I'm asking, would you give us another chance? Because there are people, a lot of them in this very room, a lot of them watching together tonight, that are trying. Are we perfect? Oh, no. Do we get it wrong? Sure we do. Not meaning to. Our hearts are good. I know, Chip, you probably made mistakes. I'm sure you had, but your heart was right. You didn't. Your sweet little wife Barb sitting over there, and I'm sure there are times you've hurt Barb, but I don't think you ever said, "Boy, I'm gonna go get. I'm gonna get it." No, because you love her. Our children, it's the same way. We have blown it as parents so many times, but it was never out of wanting to inflict pain on a child. We've just messed up. Why? Because we're human, and we just make mistakes.
But it can all be healed with I'm sorry.
Do what now?
It can all be healed with I'm sorry.
It can.
It's so easy to say,
yeah,
but so hard to do.
Yeah.
But I've learned that the more you do it, the easier it becomes.
Right.
And it's more for, I found out that it's more for me. You know, my father and I have a wonderful relationship. You know,
I love your daddy.
And, you know, Dad came to me 15 years ago and hugged me and fell on my shoulder and cried and said, "How could you forgive me?" And I said, "Dad, I forgave you a long time ago." Because when I could put the compassionate face on him and see what he went through in his childhood that made him put me through what he put me through in my childhood, with the religious abuse and the addiction and the alcoholic grandfather and all the things that he wanted to be a good dad. But what healed us was when he held me up and I said, "What's wrong with you?" And he said, "You know, son, I laid in bed last night thinking about how I used to treat you, punish you." And he said, "You know, I was so busy trying to make you a good son that I never saw that you were already a good son." And what can you do with that except embrace it?
Right.
And I held him like he was my child, and I feel like he is my child. We're great buddies, you know that.
I know that.
And there was a time when we barely spoke to each other because we were at such odds. The thing was that really in our hearts, we agreed on most of the major things.
Right.
It was the existential things from religion that had separated us. And there's such power in forgiveness. I wish if I could I try to tell my own children, because you know how families, they get these things and they go on for years and years and years, and I say, "Baby, please learn from me that the easiest thing to do, even if you weren't the transgressor, it doesn't hurt to say I'm sorry. If it'll move progress forward and bring love into play, it's the easiest thing in the world to do."
That's right. So. And you know, there's some of you that said, "Well, you don't know what they did to me." No, I don't. But Jesus knows. And I've said it so many times, and I wish we could write a song about it that really does the concept justice. Jesus taught forgiveness from a cross. He demonstrated think about that. He's saying prayers. I mean, they say he was maimed and disfigured more than any human's ever been. Bludgeoned, where he was unrecognizable. And yet he would say prayers like, "Father, forgive them. They don't even know what they're doing." Did they know what they were doing when they were driving those nails in his hands and his feet and pressing that thorny crown on his brow? But Jesus looked, as Mother's great song says it so prolifically, he looked beyond the fault. And he saw the need of humanity. You know, your daddy was doing the best he knew. He just didn't know enough. Now he does. But I just feel so much forgiveness. Let's pray. Father, thank you that a song will soften a stony heart. And thank you for putting it on Chip and Barbara's heart to come over tonight. Because in your presence, there is fullness of joy. At your right hand, there are pleasures and blessings forevermore. And somehow, some way, I don't know how you do it, but I know it happens. In the middle of our praise, in the middle of our worship, when we get into that atmosphere where heaven kisses earth, our hearts become soft and pliable. And we are able to forgive. There is a grace to forgive. Even if we need to forgive ourselves, Lord. So many of us have blown it so badly and we're filled with so much shame. But in an atmosphere like tonight, you allow us the power, the passion, the wherewithal to forgive ourselves, to forgive those who have hurt us, and God, to even deal with our anger toward you. Because sometimes, Father, we thought you ain't acting right. But God, you are so kind and generous and loving. You don't beat us up for our thoughts and for our frustrations, even with you. And so, Lord, I thank you that the angels of the Lord are rushing around the globe, ministering to people, pouring in the oil, pouring in the wine, ministering to the wounded soldiers, the battered among us, those who, some of the wounds have been self-inflicted, some of the wounds have been from the body of Christ. Father, I thank you that tonight by faith we see you pulling the arrows out of wounded hearts and spirits and pouring in the balm of Gilead as only you can do. And Father, giving us a want to forgive, a want to help others, a want to believe again, to trust again, to walk as your children, to be Jesus on the earth, and to not be critical or mean or judgmental, but to be kind and patient, long-suffering, to burn the scorecards, to not keep records of wrongs done, but to look at our fellow man through the eyes of love. Lord, I just thank you for a power. There's a different kind of grace with every service. There is a grace to forgive tonight. And Father, some of us who have wanted to for years, I thank you that this night, November 1st, 2016, tonight, we can write it down at about 7:22. You gave us the power to forgive, to let it go, to not dwell upon it anymore, and to stop looking back, and to set our face like a flint toward the love of God, the cause of Christ, to be who you called us to be. If you agree with that, somebody say amen.
What can wash away my sin? Nothing but the blood of Jesus. What can make me whole again? Nothing but the blood of Jesus. Come on, sing. Oh, precious is the flow that makes me white as snow. my hope and peace.
Come on now.
Nothing but the blood of Jesus. This is all my righteousness. Nothing but the blood of Jesus. Let me hear you sing.
When the broadcast is going on, there are people that call in, text in, I guess, their prayer requests, their praise reports. And what I love about this, for days and days, people will be watching this and they're going to be calling your name with us. Karen, her aunt was diagnosed with stage 4 lymphoma. Well, Karen, I tell you, what I was many years ago, they told me that I was filled with cancer. And we prayed and believed, and we went in and they did the surgery. I had 27 tumors, but not 1 ounce of cancer. I have seen the Lord heal. You come too late to tell me He doesn't heal. I know He does. Emily is praying for you, Chip, for your knee. Let's just stretch our hands toward Chip right now. Father, I just thank you that this new knee that's going in a week from today, it's going to be textbook perfect. No infection, no rejection. He will heal exponentially. Father, that the doctors will be amazed. The strength of the Lord and the physical therapy will go so beautifully that He'll say it's better than it was before. And God, we will be faithful to pray for Chip as you put his face before us. And Father, we also pray for Jeanette, who's also having, her mother is having a knee replacement. And there's a lot of infection, and pray that that is gone. We are praying, Jeanette, for your mother, Phyllis. Her mother, Gertrude's not feeling well. We pray for you, Miss Gertrude, and we'll continue to pray for you. Crystal, I'm so excited. We have been praying for you since the very first one of these for your daughter. And her daughter has been clean since August, drug-free since August, since we have been praying for her. Emma, her husband, Roger, has been hurt by the church and finds it hard to trust. What can I tell you, Roger? I am so sorry, but I am telling you what I believe, that tonight there's a grace to forgive and a grace to try again. I really, really believe that.
My old uncle is watching this.
Oh, really? Oh, awesome.
I love you, Uncle Cooper.
Oh, that's so sweet. Good for him. Roberta says pray for Michael. He's in the studio today to make a CD. Well, Michael, we just speak life and blessing and the anointing of God on that recording. You know, a song is a sneaky thing. It is a holy sneaky thing. A song can sneak in and go places that I'll never go. There's one thing I love about Mom's music. She used to always say, when I get to heaven, I can't wait for the people just to line up and tell me the stories of how the songs got to them wherever they were and touched them. It has been a blessing for us to be with you tonight. I encourage you, text anytime. It's amazing, Tim, it's amazing the times I wake up at 3 a.m. and I go back on the broadcast and people are still responding, sometimes a week, 2 weeks later, and we're still praying and still lifting them up. I'm kind of a night owl, and I'm up and down all night, so I'm always grabbing that phone and looking and praying, and so are many, many others. There's some grandmas that are considering this their personal ministry. My sweet sister Jeannie is watching tonight, and I think she's kind of tagged herself as a prayer warrior for the river. If God puts it on your heart and you want to send a love gift, that would be a blessing. You just go to streamingtheriver.com, and that would be such a blessing. But give it to Jesus. Whatever you're giving, don't give it to any man, any pastor. Give it to Jesus. He puts it on your heart to do so. But we love you, and there are people here in this room, in this place, who gather every week. And they're faithful, and they love love you, and they believe in this message of unconditional love, of amazing grace, of the goodness of God, we'd like to present the real Jesus to you. Not some that some people have to act, and I want to go, I don't know who that guy is, but it's not the real. The real Jesus is precious.
It's Irving.
We always said Jesus has a twin brother. His name's Irving. Looks a lot like him, but it ain't Jesus. Well, some of you have been taught something about Irving, but let me tell you, God is love. And God's sweet son Jesus was made in his image and his likeness, and so Jesus is love, and because you're made in the image of God, that's who you really are. You are love walking around. As we say around here, we love you and there ain't nothing you can do about it. And let everything that has breath praise the Lord.